Alrighty, thought I'd make a little heads up video since we're going forward on this deck project. So this is the way this deck has been for about 20 years. There's existing pilings in here. I can see that they're not filled with concrete. Digging down here, it looks like there is some type of a footing. So until I get this deck off, I'm not going to know if these pilings are where I want them to be, or where they should be. But you can see the amount of rock, and there's some big old chunks of bedrock down in here. So I'm going to try to use this existing stuff. You know, they've mortared this together. I'll probably pop these off, put some rebar in there, fill it with concrete, put a bracket, 4x4 post up to the deck. I don't know. I've got to check out the stability of all this. There's one over there that I can't zoom in the mode I'm at right now, but it's pretty crooked. But anyway, so that's our plan there with the deck. And I won't know until I get into it. Okay, so we had talked about trenches around the outside of the house. So there's the house right there. And then here next to the house, this is a big creek or drainage or what have you. I mean, that takes the whole side of the mountain. There's only one little area, and that's right here. But the rest of this water collects right here. And this is nothing but garbage. There's just garbage everywhere. Rims, washers, and dryers. But yeah, so we've got a decent trench right here. I guess it could be cleaned out some. And then this goes to the culvert in the driveway. But yeah, this side of the house, you know, it looks like it's got good drainage. It's just when we get that big flood. Okay, so this is behind the house here. Now I've cleared this whole hillside off. There was trees trying to grow again. But see, there is a ditch here. It's kind of hard to tell from the video, but there's a ditch here. I could stand go a little deeper, but this rock collection is for me planting plants around the house. That's all I run into is this and garbage. The fill in this place is broken glass, and yeah, it's just garbage in the fill. So anyway, there's a settling pond up there. But, you know, all this stuff comes down here and flows around the house, and that's pretty good. And it handles it most of the time. The problem I'm getting maybe is from right here, and it comes down here, it pools up right underneath that back door, and it hits the house, and it goes underneath the foundation. It's got a little path in there, and it goes to the corner of the house underneath, and if it gets too filled, it gets out the door. This other side of the house stays pretty dry because the thing is built on a slope like this. But that's what we've got going here. So here you can just see there's rock everywhere here. Everywhere I've got to dig, I'm digging up rock. I've got a digging bar and a shovel and just to plant plants. That's what I've got. So what we had earlier was this big flood. All this water come off the mountain, come down this, okay, and it clogged up the culvert right here. Well, all this rushed over 3 feet tall and tore out the end of the driveway. Now I got these railroad ties in here. These couple are okay, but these right here, I'm gonna have to put a support here. I don't know what needs to be done here, to be honest. You said you were coming up, and maybe you've got a better plan, but this just keeps us from going off the edge here. I had a load of gravel delivered because it was down to bedrock here, you know, and yeah, so at least we get the cars up here, get the bike out. But that's what we've got going on here. Yep. So here we are down at the bottom of the driveway. You can see all this rock here. Some of it's pretty thick. There's about a foot thick. And this all flooded. It washed all of this out. This was a raging waterfall come down here. It took all of our gravel out of here. You know, and this is just one giant piece of bedrock. If it was me and I had access to it, I'd give me an excavator with a breaker, because, you know, some of this stuff, God, it's 18 inches thick over there. But it's just layers and layers of this stuff. And, you know, by shovel, it's not happening for me. And, you know, the water comes down here off the hill. Yeah, the city come by, state, whoever, and dug a trench here because the culvert got filled up. But any widening of the driveway, the culverts end where I've got the cones. So this looks like a major undertaking unless you got the right stuff. But this would probably have to get a better grade on it, chop off that corner, because we come around here and we got to stop, back up, and go that way. But that's what we've got going on for the bottom of the driveway. Some pretty heavy duty stuff there, and it's got a steep pitch to it. And you know, I've tried to fill this in numerous times and it just kicks out all that gravel, making this sharp turn. So here's the bottom of our road right here. They're building a bridge over here and they've used this for a staging area. So you may be able to park a trailer down there with some equipment, because I don't think it's getting up the driveway. You can see the driveway up here. Then again, you got an excavator, and you know, this stuff right here looks pretty flat. Looks like it might have been a road at one time. Might be able to be cleared out. So anyway, just a heads up on what it actually looks like here. Here's just another shot of the driveway. And you know, this is darn near 2 foot thick. I don't know how far it goes back, but this is why I fear digging anything around here. It's just layers and layers of this, and you know, without the proper equipment, my God, I try to put a post in that, I have to core that, or I don't know what I'd do. So anyway, that's what we got.